All right. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Good to see you, Big Waves. Yes, yes, yes. I always say two hands will make you smile more. So, to start the day, well, good to see everybody. We do have some inclement weather headed through the south today. So, prayers for everybody that's in the line or the path of that. We pray for your safety and we're going to try to hold the winds down. So, Arlene, if you could help us from Texas to hold the winds down. So Texas gets their fair share of wins for sure coming through. All right. Well, we actually have a birthday today, and it's Janine Schofield. Janine, we hope you have the most amazing day ever. Um, and the best birthday ever. So I don't know if she's on with us. Andrea is probably looking. So, but the word for the year is where we're going this morning, and it is Stacy Hubbard. Stacy Herbert Hubbard. This word is yours, and it is potential. Potential. And I got to give a big shout out to Miss Rose from the Philippines. Miss Rose, good to have you on this morning. Yes, yes, yes. So, all right, here we go. Potential. If you look at the definition of it, it's the ability or capacity to become or develop into something into the future. And immediately when I saw this word potential, I thought about when I came up through the coaching ranks and I was this every area that I went into when I was a coach, it was this I felt like I had the potential to do it, but oh my goodness, I was so scared. Like I remember accepting my first coordinator's position, like where you're now go from an assistant coach to now you're over a unit on the field. Andrea's like, tell me more, right? She says, I don't know what you're talking about. But it's kind of like the military, right? You go from this point to you have a squad now. You're over that squad, right? And it's the same way. So it's like we all have potential in us, but man, to step out and challenge our limits and to step out of that comfort zone is so scary, right? And even in my business that I'm in now with network marketing and you know, when someone asks you to speak on stage or when somebody asks you to do this, or I'm actually in development mode right now creating this connect event for Mexico where I have to travel and speak for them. And it's like everything we have potential in us to pull it off, but man, is it scary through the process. And what is it? We're scared of falling on our face. Anybody scared of like just failing? Like, and so potential. It's like it's what could be if the right effort was given, if the right mindset was given, if the right action was given. Like we all have potential. And I have to say this, I got to be quick. I've had times in my life where I felt like I didn't give it the right attention to achieve my potential. Does that make sense? I'll give a great example. Like you give somebody a speaking opportunity on stage and they get on stage in front of 1,000 people or 2,000 people or 500 people and they're like, oh my gosh, I didn't even prepare for this moment. I don't even know what I'm doing. And it's like you had the potential to prepare, but you chose not to. And so that probably limits your future opportunity, right? It's the same way with taking a step up in a job. Like you go from being an assistant coach to a coordinator, but you don't take it serious. You don't get the right mindset. You don't read books to develop skill. Like you don't give the proper effort. And guess what? A lot of times we fail because the person in the mirror didn't prepare. And we give all this blame to everything else because it can't be us, right? It can't be me. It can't be Brent, right? I gained 3 pounds. It could not be that ice cream that I just stuffed down my face the night before or 2 days before. It's got to be something else, right? It's got to be my age. It's got to be this, got to be that. So we make all these conditions in our mind. So here's what to me potential really means. We have everything inside of us to grow to what we want to become. God gave it to us. It's in Leona, it's in Hill, it's in Lance, it's in Kimberly. But we got to bring it out. Like we got to bring it out to be able to thrive. We have to go out. We got to work for it. We got to create the mindset for it. We got to bring it out of us, which sometimes takes self-development. Sometimes it takes reading, getting around the right people, like challenging our limits, stepping past fear, all of that stuff to bring out that potential. I thought about it like this as I end. Potential is like that seed that has everything inside of it to become an oak tree. But it's got to be watered, it's got to be nurtured, it will bust through concrete to become an oak tree if it's developed. But there's thousands of those seeds that never become an oak tree. Why? Unclimate conditions. Somebody stepped on it. Somebody squished it. Like all these things as a seed that it never was able to materialize. So for us, to me, we're that seed. You want to become the top earner of the company? Go do it. Go do it. Go learn the skills, go develop and drive that potential to where you want to go, to greatness. You want to become a scholar of the Bible? Go do it, right? You want to get some six-pack abs? Go do it. You got the potential. The potential's in us. So I believe it's important because it reminds us what we're capable of doing. It's like, yes, I was born to be great. It pushes us to grow. Here's why potential is important. We're going to grow. We're going to improve. We're going to reach new heights if we stretch, right, to go after something. And it allows us to help others rise. If we go do it, guess what we can do? We learn something that we can teach other people. Learn with the intent to teach. All of these things is why potential is so, so important. So, Andrea, I'll turn it to you. I'm out of time.
You really sounded like you had another thought there.
I
So,
did, but I want to turn it to you.
okay, well, you can fill it in at the end, I guess. So, love, great lesson, coach. Love it as always. And the quote that I found was continuous effort, not strength or intelligence, is the key to unlocking our potential. And that's Winston Churchill. And so, what I looked into, I'm like, okay, that sounds good. But how do we grow it? Right? How do we grow our potential? How do we help other people grow theirs? What can we do? Like, give me the action items, right? You know, I like a to-do list. So, first of all, we got to believe in ourselves. We will never reach our potential if we don't believe it's there. And I think that we all probably have areas in our life where we lack confidence. So we've got to speak that confidence into our life, whatever it may be. So if you ask me, how do you get confidence? I'm going to say, go do something hard, whatever it may be. Go do something that you didn't think you could do and watch how your confidence grows because you overcame something that you didn't expect to overcome. Next, if we want to grow our potential, we've got to take action. Potential doesn't grow by sitting still. Try something new. Take a risk. Go put in the work and see what happens when you do it. Surround yourself with growth minded people. So the right people are absolutely going to challenge us, right? We know those people in our life that they don't see the same obstacles we see, right? Have you ever been around somebody and you're like, oh, I'm contemplating, or you're not even contemplating, but they say, oh, I think I'm going to go do. And you're like, oh my gosh, I could never do that. Well, those are the people we want to surround ourselves with because the right people are going to challenge us, they're going to inspire us, and they're going to push us to be better than we are today. We've got to keep learning. So go read a book, right? take a lesson, take a class, never stop improving your skills. Read, kind of like what Coach was saying, watch the podcast, the TED Talk, whatever it may be, because growth is a lifelong journey, and that's going to allow us to step into our potential. Next, we've got to encourage other people. So speak life into people, tell them what you see in them, and help them believe in themselves. And I think so many times it's so easy for me to see all the greatness in Vicky, right? I see it in Leona. I see it in Lance. Like, I can see it in them. I see it in you too, right? I can see it in you, but sometimes we can't see it in ourselves. So when somebody turns to us and believes in us more than we believe in ourselves, don't we kind of step into it, right? I think about you, Coach. Once upon a time, you're like, I think you could really do something here. And I was like, I don't know. I'm kind of more of a back of the room person. I'm not sure if this is going to play into my strengths. I don't know. But you kept encouraging me throughout. And, I'm not there yet, but I did a lot more than I thought that I could, right? So it's very powerful. And then lastly, we've got to be patient yet persistent. So growth takes time. And sometimes when we see people doing big things and maybe they're moving faster than us or whatever, they're getting those 6-pack abs or whatever it may be, we can think, it's just not for me. But really, it's not for me right this second. I've got to be patient and keep being persistent and keep moving towards whatever that goal may be. Because if we stay consistent, we will get those results. It's not going to be overnight, but we will get there if we keep going. So all of us, every single person on here has limitless potential. We all do. So my question for everybody on this beautiful Tuesday is, what are you doing today to grow it? So thank you for this one. I thought this was a beautiful word, Stacy. Thanks for sharing it and allowing us to study it.
Andrea, this was a good one. And in honor of, well, is Jean Ann on here?
Oh,
we're going to sing her happy birthday, but we're also going to include Mr. Tracy Black.
It wasn't Jean Ann. It was Jean, but she's not here.
Jean.
But we're
going to sing happy birthday to Tracy and
Tracy.
Jean, because Tracy was on. He came to Birmingham. Yesterday was his birthday. We missed him. And so today he gets it. He gets kind of a 2-day deal celebration here.
Nice.
So let's send everybody out with a little happy birthday celebration to Jean and Tracy. Here we go.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear Tracy and Jean.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday,
Tracy Black.
Happy
birthday.
Happy
Jean, we hope you have an amazing day, guys. We love you. We appreciate you. We'll see you back
Enjoy
tomorrow.
that spring break.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.